I'm going to get us started here at 12:30. So first of all, thank you everyone for joining us here today. My name is Mark Cafferty, and I'm the president and CEO of the San Diego Regional Economic Development Corporation. This is a small room to hold so many tremendous partners, but I think it's perfect today as it looks like it's overflowing. And if you think about the work that we've been doing as a region to really connect San Diego to global markets, it's been an incredible team effort. It's been cross-cutting across a lot of organizations and a lot of businesses and a lot of people. So it's so wonderful to see so many of you with us here today as we kick things off. And I see the man himself walking in the back, and I'll introduce him in a moment. And really there's no better place to be kicking this off for us than the airport, than here at the San Diego Airport. And I want to recognize, before we recognize anyone else, Thela Bowens and the team from the San Diego County Regional Airport Authority for all of your support and your partnership in everything that we do. So thank you so much. And so as you all know, we're here today to announce the winners of the MetroConnect Prize, which is presented and sponsored by JPMorgan Chase, and we'll be talking a lot more about that relationship momentarily. This is a funding tool to really help companies here in San Diego connect to global markets. It's part of a broader plan that so many of you have been part of creating, and it's a first step in the direction of getting our small and medium-sized enterprises in San Diego, and even some bigger companies, connecting to new and foreign markets across the globe. Today you'll learn, first and foremost, why San Diego is focusing on international trade, and quite frankly, why it's so important to the leadership of this mayoral administration. You'll hear from some of the companies selected about how they'll use the prize and how they'll use the funding for additional international connectedness and opportunities. And you'll learn a bit more about why these companies were selected today from the group of 65 that we initially had an opportunity to take a look at. The MetroConnect Prize is part of our Go Global initiative in San Diego, focused on maximizing San Diego's economic competitiveness and prosperity through increased global engagement, more exporting activity, drawing in more foreign direct investment, and quite honestly, getting the rest of the world connected to San Diego to see all that we have to offer and all the things that we know are such a critical part of our economy every day. 2015 has certainly been a pretty interesting year for so many of us in really trying to go global from this region. We've been doing it for several months now. Just as a quick recap, we had an opportunity to start this year in New York City, speaking to many of the top international finance media entities in the world and really talking to them about San Diego's story. Shortly after, in Washington, D.C., our mayor shared the stage with Mayor Boris Johnson to talk about two of the world's most fascinating economies and most fascinating cities, San Diego and London. We have since gone to Tokyo and to London to premiere a National Geographic documentary on San Diego called Smart Cities. Wish it was called Smart Regions, because it truly is about our region, but at the heart of that region is this city. And recently I had an opportunity, and I know I saw some of the partners in here from our broader Cali Baja mega region, to travel to Paris, as we do each year for the International Paris Air Show, to talk about, and there's Adriana right there, to talk about all of the amazing work that's still being done in the aerospace sector if you view San Diego and Tijuana in our region in Northern Baja as one region. And we continue to showcase to folks that we can compete beautifully across the globe when we think of ourselves that way. And Friday, Sean Barr from our team and David Graham from the City of San Diego will be continuing those efforts as they head to Sydney and Brisbane to tell our story as a region to hundreds and hundreds of mayors from across the Asia-Pacific region, and to really talk about how San Diego is growing its economy by focusing on the rest of the world. So let me do a few thank yous, and let me run through a few of the folks who are here today before we get going. As you all know, there are reasons why we focused on international connectedness to grow our economy. There's the facts first and foremost, that companies that go global, the companies that connect to foreign markets, pay higher wages than companies that don't. They give more opportunity for forward investment to happen in our community than companies that don't. But also it's part of a broader conversation about economic development and job creation in the 21st century. Economic development is not just about building stadiums, and economic development is not just about going to other places and convincing already established companies to come here. Economic development is about focusing on who's here, who's growing here, those small and medium-sized enterprises that not only are the color and the fabric of our economy today, but when people say to us constantly, when will we bring the next Qualcomm to San Diego? We'll probably do it the same way we brought the last Qualcomm to San Diego, which was a smart person came here, started something here, and grew it here. They didn't bring a 10,000 person company from elsewhere. They grew it here in San Diego. And we think that we've got some folks sitting in the room with us today who are going to continue that trend. It's about helping companies like the companies here today, like VAVI and Portfolium, and Bounce Composites, and others who you'll hear from today. Some of the prize winners expand into international markets and take a next step in the global economy. Although it won't attract headlines, the next big job creation break won't come from moving Tesla to San Diego. It will come from helping small and medium-sized enterprises grow into companies that are powering the ideas that are changing the world. And that, for a long time, has been San Diego's story. So let me talk about a few of the people who have been so supportive throughout this effort. First and foremost, acknowledging our elected officials. I know we have our good friend, Council President Sherry Leitner here today with us, who has been a tremendous partner throughout all of our global efforts, so thank you for being here. We have Councilmember Myrtle Cole, who not only is someone who we work so closely with in her district and is so focused on the economic development in her district, but she chairs the city's Economic Development and Intergovernmental Rules Committee, so thank you for being here with us as well. We have Councilmember Mark Kersey, who's actually our board member at the San Diego Regional EDC, who I think I first started talking to about international markets before you were even a council member. So my notes actually said starting his first day, and I'm thinking it started a few months before that. So thank you for being here with us as well. And so many partners made this prize and make these efforts available. So as we at the EDC have a wonderful opportunity to sit and convene with so many critical partners in San Diego, but even just selecting the companies who we're recognizing today, we had key leadership from Biocom, Qualcomm Ventures, Quantum Design, the Wireless Life Sciences Alliance, Software San Diego, and Connect. We've had critical support throughout from the Port of San Diego, who continues to provide an awful lot of leadership and guidance to all that we're doing. We mentioned the Airport Authority already. UCSD, SDSU, and other academic institutions that have played such a critical role in helping us think through what our international and export plans should be. Japan Airlines, who not only has brought a direct flight to San Diego that has truly opened up Asia for us, but has stepped forward in this effort to make discounted prices available for the businesses who are receiving awards today if they are looking to Japan and if they are looking to Asia as their next market. And we thank you so much for that relationship and that friendship. And then, of course, the City of San Diego, who have been tremendous partners and leaders throughout this process and who we work with day in and day out. And lastly, before I turn things over to the mayor, I'd like to really talk about the partnership, the guidance, and the investment that has come through this project as we first engaged with the Brookings Institution in Washington, D.C. The funding for the Global Cities Initiative, the funding for all that we were getting engaged in, was provided by JPMorgan Chase. And in the last 2 years, JPMorgan Chase has become such a wonderful investor in San Diego and in what we're trying to do. These folks aren't here with us today, and we're going to hear from an executive in a little bit from JPMorgan Chase, but I'd really like to recognize our board member, Brendan Chris, who's the president in this market for JPMorgan Chase, Maisha Gamino, who's helped to make many of the grants available to San Diego, and then Brian Finch, who's been our key player in New York City, in Washington, D.C., making sure that we stay connected to the broader fabric of the Global Cities Initiative. So now that I've recognized everybody, I'll stop for a moment and I'll turn things over to our mayor, but I want to go back to something I said earlier, and I've said this a few times, so bear with me if you've heard me repeat it at past events. Some of us had an opportunity to sit in Washington, D.C. and see Mayor Kevin Faulconer on stage with Mayor Boris Johnson from London. When London first came to Brookings, they wanted to sit on that stage with LA, and they wanted to sit on that stage with San Francisco, but what the Brookings Institution told them was you need to sit on that stage with San Diego. You need to sit on that stage with Mayor Kevin Faulconer. And if you know who Mayor Boris Johnson is, if you've seen him in the news, if you've caught anything about him, you'd know that he's probably one of the most colorful global characters, not just one of the most colorful mayors, but one of the most colorful global political leaders there is. And to see our mayor command the stage with Boris Johnson to guide a discussion about global markets and global economies was a truly proud moment for us at the San Diego Regional EDC and for so many of us who have focused on this economy for a long time. So it is with a tremendous amount of pride that I turn things over to Mayor Kevin Faulconer.
Well, good morning, good afternoon. It's nice and cozy in here. Glad everybody's here. And yeah, we had a good time in Washington D.C. and Mayor Johnson and I. He's a great guy. You know what? Thanks for having me here. There's no way I was going to miss this. And I particularly want to thank Mark and for all the work you're doing, and JPMorgan Chase of tremendous assistance. And you can see how important this is to the city to have our council president here, Sherry Leitner, to have Councilmember Cole here, to have Councilmember Kersey here. We're going to have a meeting here when we're done. But it's because how much we believe in it and believe in all of you. And you're here to celebrate some great news in San Diego. You know, I strongly believe that opportunity starts in San Diego. And we are helping successful homegrown companies, share that opportunity across the city and across the region. and it's all about innovative products, and it's all about innovative services that we are so very proud of. San Diego, our time to go global is now. All of us know that, and that's why we're here today. And when I said in my State of the City's address a couple of months back, we were going to focus on growing our innovation economy, jobs, opportunity, but particularly global competitiveness. Global competitiveness. And our MetroConnect program is making those goals a reality. And through this program, we are, of course, working one-on-one with San Diego companies. And I think that's why it's tailored for success. It's not, it's not a big, throwing out the net. It's one-on-one, specific work with San Diego companies, very simply to increase global sales, which benefits all of us. This translates into greater opportunities for all of us, but particularly for, and Mark and I have talked about this a lot, our small and our medium-sized businesses, which are 99% of all of the companies here in San Diego. And this will, of course, ultimately create good quality jobs. So, I want to thank everybody for being here. We already know we're a binational city with all of the great work that we do with our partnership with Mexico, and particularly northern Baja and Tijuana. But we have strong relationships with London. We have other global cities, relationships in Japan and Asia. MetroConnect help us to enhance that and to grow that, and make sure that all of our local companies have the opportunity to be international companies. And that's why we're here. So today we're going to be awarding 15 companies awards that represent every sector of San Diego's innovation economy, from our booming cybersecurity industry to biotech, to maritime tech, to wireless analytics. Our San Diego startups are changing the world, and that's why we're here. So thank you all for what you're doing. These 15 companies represent some of the best in San Diego, some of the brightest minds, some of the most creativity, some of the best talent. We're proud of you, and we want you to continue to success. So I'm going to stick around to actually announce those in a second. But again, thank you for everybody. Thank you for EDC. This is a great partnership, and we're just getting started. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here.
We're going to, I'll continue my emceeing duties, and the next thing I want to do is actually call up the president and CEO of our airport authority, Thela Bowens. There is arguably no effort over the past few years that has made our international opportunities more possible than the leadership of the folks at the San Diego Regional Airport Authority, Hampton Brown standing in the back, and others who have helped us think about what could happen in our economy by drawing more direct flights in from Asia and from Europe and from other places around the world. And that's a constant effort. It's a challenging one, but it's a constant one. And it's Thela's leadership and the leadership of her team that have made so much of that possible. So thank you for hosting us here today. Thela Bowens.
Thanks, Mark. And on behalf of the board of the San Diego County Regional Airport Authority, I accept that compliment because it's certainly the board's leadership that allows us to do so many of the things that we do. And so thank you, Region, for appointing such great board members to the authority. The Airport Authority really recognizes that go global really means that we have to have the most effective and efficient air transportation to get us into those global markets. And that makes us a real natural partner with the Economic Development Corporation. And so we are really excited to be a part of the MetroConnect announcements today. Our international service to London and to Tokyo is crucial to these San Diego companies when they need fast, efficient, and cost-effective ways to personally connect with their overseas customers, clients, and partners. Can't get my paper open here. And frequent and convenient nonstop service really reduces travel times, and we know that time is money, and that saves every company money and helps to boost the region's global competitiveness. In that vein, I'd like to thank our partner, Japan Airlines, which, as Mark mentioned, is generously providing discounted flights to the prize winners who are looking to explore and strengthen their relationships within the Japanese markets and with other Asian markets that go beyond the Tokyo connection point. These are the companies like Applied Membranes and IriSys, both of which are recipients today of a MetroConnect Prize. I'd also like to thank the EDC for spearheading this groundbreaking program and congratulate each and every one of you who is a winner today. And with that, I turn the mic back to Mark. Thank you very much for being here in our cozy little room.
And we'll move things right along. At this time, I would really like to introduce with a huge thank you, Nikki Atkins Hartung, the head of Consumer and Community Banking for Chase in San Diego. This effort is, as I said before, funded by Chase. And Chase has funded the Global Cities Initiative that the folks at Brookings have been driving. And while Brookings have helped us think about our economy and think about how to market it differently and think about how to build strategies, JPMorgan Chase has taken a step in really helping us move in the direction of implementation. So with that said, I'd like to turn things over to Nikki. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. And as he said, I'm Nikki Hartung, and I have the pleasure of running the retail branches here in San Diego. I want to start by congratulating all of our winners and those that were selected for the MetroConnect Prize. Funded with a grant from JPMorgan Chase to the San Diego Regional EDC, the MetroConnect Prize is designed to help jumpstart the export process for these promising small and medium-sized companies here in the San Diego region. We know that selling your products and services in international markets is a big business decision. It has challenges, but it also has enormous opportunity, so we want to congratulate you on making this jump into new global markets. We hope this is just the beginning of a very, very bright future for you. For more than 200 years, JPMorgan Chase has helped businesses around the world connect to global markets. We have always believed that our global reach, our expertise, and of course our access to capital in supporting the communities where we serve, work, and live is our fundamental corporate responsibility. Our support for the MetroConnect Prize is one more way we're helping San Diego businesses to be able to successfully navigate a complex global marketplace. It's an exciting time for San Diego, and I want to commend our city and our region for really embracing this vision of a more globally connected local economy. I want to take this opportunity to thank Mark and the entire EDC for really spearheading MetroConnect Prize, and definitely want to thank the judges and that took your time to review all of the applications. Also want to take the opportunity to thank Mayor Kevin Faulconer, who's been a steadfast champion of San Diego's Go Global initiative. I want to thank Mayor Faulconer for joining us today to help celebrate these San Diego companies. So let me close by once again saying congratulations, and we really look forward to watching you grow as you tackle all these new opportunities in the global marketplace. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks a lot. If I look like I'm sweating up here, it's because I am, and I'm sure a few of you are out there as well, so I'm going to try and keep things moving along quickly here. Probably the most important part of the program right now is to turn things over and hear from a couple of the companies. The first person we're going to hear from is Adam Simpson, President and COO of Cypher Genomics, one of our prize winners today. So, what's that?
The judges.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I supposed to be, I've got it on the Adam Simpson? Not here.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I think, yeah, I'm next.
Okay, well, yep. Okay, so let me, my apologies, let me backtrack. Now I'm really sweating. So, now I'm really sweating when I try to pronounce this name next, too. So the next person that I need to announce is, we mentioned our judges earlier, and one of them is from Qualcomm Ventures, and that is Human Hagigi. Did I at least get that close? Perfect. Right on the money, okay. I've almost made up for my flaw there. And is one of, on behalf of all the judges, is going to speak a little bit about the process, and then we will turn it over to Adam Simpson to talk a little bit about the prize. So, thank you.
Mark, thank you for the warm introduction. I really appreciate it. Well, it's truly an honor to be here. Well, it's very warm. Yeah. I'm Human Hagigi, and I represent Qualcomm Ventures, and we're the investment arm of Qualcomm. As you know, Qualcomm is the largest private sector employer here in San Diego. And I have the pleasure of working for a company that's very job is to keep the world connected, obviously through mobile. So it's just actually, it's perfect because now we're here to try to find companies that we think have the capability of expanding San Diego's reach into this global markets and the capabilities of reaching the global world economy. So San Diego is a global, Qualcomm is a global company, and we have offices virtually on every continent. But we truly have our main headquarters here in San Diego, sunny San Diego. So Qualcomm is an essential accelerator for the mobile and adjacent industries. Through our research and development efforts, inventions, and strategic investments, we foster growth and drive innovation across industries. we recently launched a Qualcomm Robotic Accelerator. And interestingly enough, 60% of the companies in the program are sourced internationally, which now they're all doing business and building their companies here in San Diego. This is really important because our close proximity to San Diego is what attracted these companies. San Diego being close proximity to Tijuana is what attracted these companies to come to San Diego. All the high-tech manufacturing that's right across the border allows them to do business and be more efficient rather than waiting weeks at a time for a simple CNC or some type of manufacturing that we get out of China. So as one of the judges, I'm here and tasked with recommending the 15 companies that would receive the MetroConnect Prize. On behalf of the judges, I'm here to tell you a little about how these companies were chosen. So out of the many applications we received, we picked 15 companies that we thought showed global potential, and our group of judges scored these companies based on a variety of success indicators. Some of these included team composition, export activity plans, proactive interest in new markets and targeted industries. So these small and medium-sized enterprises are truly the backbone of our innovation economy, representing virtually every industry from cyber security to life sciences to digital marketing, education technologies, sports, and active lifestyle. On average, these companies employed about 30 employees here in San Diego. 1/3 of the companies had less than $400,000 in revenue, and the other third had more than $14 million in revenue. Consistent with San Diego's overall priority markets, these companies will be looking to further develop their business opportunities in the UK, China, Japan, Germany, Canada, Australia, and other key regions. What's interesting is that more than half of the companies said that they want to expand into the UK markets, being a natural progression from here, English speakers. These companies are looking for expanding for a variety of reasons, and these companies like Verve Mobile, who's a Qualcomm Ventures portfolio company, that is looking to launch their strategy for internationalization in 2015. Many others are looking to localize their web presence, seek export counseling, or participate in overseas trade shows. So now I want to take a moment to recognize the other judges who spent countless hours scoring and debating on which companies wanted to actually award these prizes to. Round of applause to all the judges. My peer judges include Sean Barr from the EDC, Rob McCry and Molly Kogan from Wireless Life Sciences Association, Jennifer Landris from Biocom, Dave Schultz from Quantum Designs, and Kevin Carroll now at Software San Diego. So now, last but not least, I want to turn it over to Adam Simpsons from who's the CEO of Cypher Genomics, who's one of the prize recipients, and he'll tell you a little bit about how he's going to utilize some of these funds. Thank you.
Thank you. So what a great town, San Diego, and how lucky are we to be in San Diego as an entrepreneur and a startup. We have incredible academic institutions like UCSD that I'm proud to be an alumni of, and we have great programs like MetroConnect. We're also really lucky at Cypher Genomics because we have access to incredible scientific talent, like the folks at the Scripps Translational Science Institute, from which we were founded. We have access to wonderful people and who've been very successful, like Hank Nordoff, the former chairman and CEO of GenProbe, and Herb Boyer, a founder of Genentech, both of which we count as members of our board. We have access to incredible companies like Illumina and Sequinome, who are leaders in their spaces, and other leaders that have San Diego presences like Celgene and Lockheed Martin, all of which we also count as partners. So San Diego really is the city for genomics with these types of companies, and frankly many others, including Thermo Fisher. But our goal is to help take our technology and bring it global. And that's the goal of all of the other award winners today, including Edgewave and Aventyn. In our case, genomics really is going to be a global industry. It already is, and we have the opportunity to really advance healthcare on a global basis. So at Cypher, we're working on the Genomic Interpretation Challenge, meaning there's 3.2 billion base pairs of information in your DNA, and we're working to translate that into actionable information to advance human health. We're doing that through partnering with clinical laboratories to help them develop more accurate diagnostic tests. We're working with pharmaceutical companies to help them develop life-saving therapies more quickly, and we're working to accelerate population genomic efforts like in the UK, where there's a 100,000 genome project currently being run, of which we're a finalist. So we're really excited to be here. I think MetroConnect's a wonderful program, and on behalf of Cypher Genomics and all of its employees, we want to thank you for your support. And this program is yet another example of why we're so lucky to be in San Diego. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd say Cypher Genomics is a great example of why we're lucky to be in San Diego too. So thank you so much for being here. I'm going to give Mike Walls a heads up that you're next on my, unless I see any hands from the back. I think I'm introducing Mike Walls, Edgewave, Managing Director, Security Operations and Analysis, another one of our prize winners today. So, Mike.
Afternoon, everybody. I am Mike Walls, and on behalf of my boss, Dave McCary, he's our CEO, he can't be here today, and the entire Edgewave team, some of which are in the back making faces at me. We want to thank everybody associated with MetroConnect and the San Diego EDC for this. It's a tremendous honor for us. We at Edgewave feel like we represent the core components of the San Diego business community, particularly when we talk about the military and cyber. On the military side, just like San Diego, military, and particularly the Navy, it's part of our DNA. We actively recruit military veterans, and we continue to do that moving forward. And from a personal standpoint, my connection with San Diego goes back probably about 30 years when I just retired from the Navy a year ago today, by the way. So my connection goes back to when I flew out of North Island, Miramar, came over from El Centro on Liberty to enjoy San Diego. But most recently, my last job in the Navy, I was responsible for one of the local commands on North Island called the Navy I.O. Command. Very heavy in Navy cyber. So along with the military, talking about cyber and San Diego, I think San Diego is truly a hotbed for cybersecurity innovation and talent. It absolutely is. And I think we are completely aligned with the Go Global initiative of San Diego as we move forward into China and the Philippines, where we're partnering with Huawei, which is the global leader in ICT, and we recently won 2 major customers in the Philippines. So again, on behalf of my boss, I want to thank you for this tremendous honor, and we look forward to taking the cyber fight global moving forward.
Fantastic.
Thanks.
No one better than retired Navy officer to help us do that. So I think at this point in time, and I'll actually recognize Chris Kate walking in the back as well. So another one of our city council members here. So you really can have a meeting, I think, right afterwards. So, but this time I'm looking at Sarah and Charles. I'm going to call the mayor back up and let the mayor announce the 15 winners. Do we want to do a photo now? Will that photo be afterwards? So I think the mayor is just going to come up to announce the 15 winners. And if I could turn it back over to you, Mayor Faulconer. You got some.
All right, very good. Well, you've seen 2 already.
I know.
You let the cat out of the bag, but that's okay. Thank you. So I'll just get right to it. When I announce you, I want folks to come on up. Is that how?
Okay, great.
I follow directions well. Just tell me what you want. So,
You and me both.
yeah. Very good. Well, without further ado, here I'm proud to announce the 15 winners. First up is AirStrip. AirStrip, come on up. Second is Applied Membranes Incorporated. Applied, come on up. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you. Next up is Aventyn. Aventyn, okay, come on up. Next is Bounce Composites, LLC. Next up, Cypher Genomics. Come on up. Very good. Edgewave. Edgewave. Entra Health. Entra Health, come on up. IriSys, come on up. Next up is Portfolium. ROBO 3D. Total Communicator Solutions. I like that. I like total. That's good. Not some. Total Communicator Solutions. That's good. VAVI Incorporated. Congratulations, Tommy. Good to see you, my friend. Next up, Verve Mobile. Verve Mobile, welcome. Next to VisionTree Software Incorporated. And our last award winner, congratulations to all, is Wearable Sensing. Wearable Sensing. 4 o'clock. So you're going to need a wide-angle lens here to
We're
take
asking
this
if
photo.
everyone can scrunch and also remove your name badges.
Okay,
Is the,
we'll take this out of the
is
way.
the technical directions I've been given, so.
Come on up here, gang. Congratulations, guys. Thank you very much.